Hey, how y'all doing? It's Sharonda, and hey, how y'all doing? And today I'm here to talk about some books, of course. So let's get into this thing, shall we? All right, so today I will be discussing Bad Guy by Kenya Gore-Bell. This is the first book in her Blood Legacy series. This is also an interracial romance. We have a Black American main female character and an Asian Japanese main male character. And yeah. So for the most part, I liked what this book could have been. It I had some issues with it, but we're gonna go over that. So in this book we have Cree Love, and who is the chef and owner of this very popular restaurant in this town called Shelby Love. And then we have Kiyoshi Takeda, who is head of this, I think it was like a sugar company or something like that. But he is head of this company. From reading it, it seems like him and his brother were sent to run this company. From his cousin. They were sent to America to run this company from his cousin. His cousin is still in Japan. And it seems like this book is like an offshoot, or could be an offshoot from another series that she has. Okay. So, like I said, I liked what this book could have been. For me, there were a lot of issues. Okay. So, I have some notes. Okay. I liked. Now, I always tell y'all here, I love mean as male characters. But I think Kiyoshi was just unnecessarily mean. Okay. He's written to be this very dark, very cold character, has no feelings for nothing. He is just out for his revenge. Okay. And it's revenge against his cousin, the one that sent him and his brother to the States to run this company. Okay. And I had did a thread of the book cover, and I said, he is hate fucking this lady. But when I when I said that, what I meant was Kiyoshi does not like the way that Cree makes him feel, right? So because he does not like the way she makes him feel, and throughout a majority of this book, we see where he is hate fucking her, like punishing her, because she is invoking these feelings inside of him, and him being him, he don't know how to deal with it. Then we have Cree, who to me, I know y'all hate to hear. I know a lot of authors hate to hear that readers do not like, a majority of times the main female characters. It's not like I did not like Cree. She was just a very weak-willed person, and it just wasn't with Kiyoshi, right? It was with almost everybody around her. Her brother. Let's start with her brother. This little MFA was an ungrateful, spoiled ass brat, and she should have let Kiyoshi lock his ass up. That's the only thing that I am mad. No, it's not the only thing, but that's the only thing I wanted Kiyoshi to follow through in this book, instead of letting the brother just off because he had these feelings for Cree. I get it, but she should have let Kiyoshi lock that little ungrateful bastard up, because what he is being accused of inside of this book, he was 100% doing. And then not even taking into account that his sister's business, because they're in this small town where people talk, and then they had these two powerful families, and then you throw in the Takedas. It's a whole lot of shit going on in this town, and this lady's business is suffering because of it. Well, partly, that's not the only reason her business is suffering, but her brother is on some bullshit. And instead of seeing that his sister is like suffering, and I need to stop being a spoiled, selfish ass little Negro, okay? He was talking shit to this lady. I was like, Cree, stand the fuck up. Cree, stand up and let your brother go to jail. Beat his ass, or get somebody to beat his ass and send him to jail. Because what he was being accused of, he was 100% doing. That little sad story, him and his little friend told her on the side, oh, we girl, fuck them. Doesn't matter because y'all started the shit. Okay? Y'all started the shit. They should be in jail. He should be in jail. He need his ass beat. 100% beat. Okay? That is that. I won't talk about the brother no more because every time I think about the brother while reading this book, I literally wanted somebody to beat the hell out of him and for him to go to jail because he was ungrateful. Like the way he was talking to her, like the second time he got caught doing some stupid shit. The second time, y'all. After Kiyoshi let him go the first time and help the little motherfucker get where he was at, and you had nerve to do it again. Jail. Beat up again in jail. Anyway, he was talking shit to this lady. Talking shit to her. I was like, Cree, I'm gonna need for you to stand up. I'm gonna need for you to stand up. She was a weak-willed character. Not just when it came to Kiyoshi, but she was... Girl, you letting these people talk to you any old kind of way. I need for you to... Bop, 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 bop. I need for you to be cussing motherfuckers out. I need for you to get ghetto. I need for you to get ghetto. Okay? And forget that little soft voice. And, oh, you said... Anyway, his mother, Kiyoshi's mother, cold as hell. That lady was cold. That lady was not playing with nobody. That lady was like, even if you fall through, my son, I'm going to do what I got to do. His mama was cold. I ain't like about the end of the book, but his mama was cold. His mama was not playing no games. I was like, yes, mama. Yes, she was not playing, okay? Kiyoshi, like I said, I tell y'all all the time that I love me and mean as male characters, but he was mean to the point of sometimes it was just unnecessary for him to be this way. And I kind of understand where she was going with this character. Like I said, he was written to be this very cold, unfeeling, just here to do my business and get my revenge. I don't have time for this feeling shit. I get it, okay? But it was just, to me, it was just to the point of just unnecessary. He was mean to her for like no reason sometimes, and I ain't like that. And because she was such a weak-willed character, she was just letting him do anything because he was laying pipe. And I was like, girl, grow a backbone. Yes, the pipe can be good. Yes, let him lay the good pipe, but I'm gonna need for you to stand up, Cree. Stand up, okay? And stop letting these people talk to you and run all over you all kind of way, okay? Like, please, all right? This lady stayed crying, y'all. This lady in this book stayed crying. Every time I turned around, Cree was crying. I was like, Cree, please. All this crying. There was like one scene inside of the book. She was having a memory. Why are you crying? Like, don't get me wrong. I liked Cree. I thought she was written okay, right? I liked her, and I loved that she loved taking care of her family and making sure that herself and her brother was going to be okay. But again, constantly crying, ain't had no backbone. It was just like, you know, like I wanted to like this lady, but I was just like, she doing too much, y'all. Always crying. I was like, anyway, okay. So this relationship between Kiyoshi and Cree, I can't say that I enjoyed their relationship a whole lot. They had some sneaky moments of tenderness in there, right? You can see it, you know, you can see him softening towards her at times, you know, and you can definitely see that he was starting to feel more for this lady once he started fucking her, you know, than what he was feeling. But the conversations that these two could have been having, it was replaced with sex. And she wrote very good sex scenes. She did, you know. Fine. But I'm going to need for these two people to communicates. We're dealing with adults here. I'm gonna need for them to communicate. I get that he's supposed to be this cold, hard, unfeeling character, but he got a mouth. He run a whole damn company. Talk it out, my guy. Okay. And again, because Creed kind of like, in my opinion, came off as very like, ain't had no backbone type lady, she was just letting this man just anyway. But they started this relationship because of the shit that mainly at the beginning, because of the shit that her bullheaded, ignorant ass brother was getting into. So she decided to go inside this sexual relationship with Kiyoshi to get her brother off because of the shit he was trying to do towards his company. So I just needed for these two to talk. It was too much, which I'm never mad about. But while you giving me the text, I'm need for these people to be having grown folks conversation. Okay. All right. I'm need for them. I don't even, again, and I talk about it a lot on here, how I am not a fan of the miscommunication trope or these motherfuckers just not talking at all. I am not a fan of that, but I understand that these are formulas that are done within the romance genre. I get it. I'm gonna need for these motherfuckers to be having some type of conversation, okay? That's all I'm saying, okay? And stop replacing all this sex when they should be talking. There were a lot of times that they were having like little bitty conversations and stuff like that. Like he would ask her, like, how'd you get into cooking? Why'd you like all this stuff? But it was just like, but I just felt like because he was he was so cold, it was just like, now how am I supposed to believe at the end of this book that he has any type of feelings for this lady? You know what I'm saying? You could believe because he was laying a good ass pipe to her, okay, that she was gonna fall in love with him. Like, yeah, she was just like, you know what? Talk to me any old kind of way you want to. I love you. Cause you is laying this pipe, man, okay? Cause he was laying the pipe. But I need again, stand up, Crease, stand up. And she had some moments where she would get like attitude with him or whatever. But all he had to do was lay the pipe to her, and she was like, okay. I get it, but yeah. But it was kind of like hard to believe by the end of this book that these two were in love and are like a fully fledged couple because of what was going on between them, and because he was so cold and unfeeling towards her for a majority of the goddamn book. It was hard to believe, like, by the end he was just like, I love you. And I was just like, but you was just fucking this lady 24 hours ago, sir. And there are some themes of some light BDSM going on in here, which is fine. I had no problem with that because I love those type of reads as well. But it again, listen, even Doms love these subs, honey. Okay, they love their subs. Okay, and now be disrespectful. This man was to the point of almost being disrespectful sometimes, and I was just like, the fuck, no, you not. You ain't talking to me like that. No. I needed for Creed to stand up. Okay, and she wasn't standing up enough for me. All right. And then it's a lot of errors going on inside of this book. This book was first published in 2022. And from my understanding, it seems to have gone wild on the Clock app. People were recommending it all over the place. I did not get the recommendation from there. One of my friends, pharmacist, Anaya, pharmacist, she read the book and she was talking about it, and I added the book to my library. I just started reading it and finished it. But anyway, if your book is gaining traction, no matter the year it was written on the Clock app, in my opinion, you need to go back and edit that book. And there are 4 books, and I think the 5th book is going to be published sometime next year. If the other books are like this book, I'm need for you to go back and do some editing, Miss Ma'am. I'm need for you to go back and do some editing and get this book right, because people that are picking it up now, I'm just saying. Again, and that affects the story. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of editing issues inside of this book, and that affects the story, and that tends to take readers, if they don't mind, if they don't mind it, they don't mind it. But sometimes that tends to take readers out of the story if it's like editing issues after editing issues within the book. A few I can deal with, but every time I turn around, there's one coming up. I'm gonna need for you to fix that. Okay. And then it's just like the story itself kind of like fell all over the place. Because again, we have Kiyoshi with his family issues and his revenge plot against his cousin. I wanted that to be explained a little bit more, because by the end of the book, girl, did they forgive each other? What's going on with Kiyoshi and Akira, whatever his name is? Okay, what's going on over here? Okay, what's going on? I'm gonna need a better explanation. Okay, because. All right. And then they're in this small town, and like I said, there's these two powerful families, and it's a lot going on within this town, and I needed for that to be, and it's probably in the book where we get Akira, who is Kiyoshi's cousin and all this other stuff. But child, just catch me up a little bit, a little bit better, But like I said, for the most part, I think the story, I like the book for what it could have been, but it was a lot of things going on in here. It's this small town, and these two families that are kind of like competing with each other. Like Cree is like part of the Loves, and the Loves don't like the Shelbys, and the Shelbys don't like what was the other family, the Sanders or whatever. It's a lot going on. So. And I just felt like at times like storylines were started but weren't necessarily completed. You know what I mean? So I just needed things to be wrapped up a little bit better. A lot of plots that were taken off within Bad Guy to be wrapped up a little bit better. So yeah, for the most part, I think this could have been, I would have liked the story for what it could have been, but it didn't. So what I ended up rating Bad Guy finally on Goodreads, I rated it 2 stars, rounded it up to 2.5. But I decided to do a tarot pairing with this book, and I am at a cross with 2 cards. So first, and the deck that I am choosing from is Sexual Magic Tarot, because I told y'all like how I just felt like a lot of things were replaced with sex. So I thought this deck would be a very good deck to choose from. Okay. So what I chose, mainly I chose the Tower card. Here it is. Okay. And I chose the card because I just felt like this story itself, like I said, it just felt very chaotic, right? It was a whole lot going on. There were a lot of, plots that were introduced that I like I said, I just felt that weren't complete. So I definitely chose the Tower card mainly for this story. And the imagery of it is just kind of like. And then I chose the 3 of Swords. Sorry, I'm covering it up. Then I also chose the 3 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords has a lot to do with, especially when it comes to love, has a lot to do with like not trusting your partner, which Kiyoshi had like a really hard time trusting Cree, especially it was a part when some shit went down. That's why I was like, Cree, stand up, girl, stand up. But, not trusting your partner, kind of like a lot of chaos in the relationship and things like that. And I just felt like their relationship as a whole was a little bit chaotic, and again, hard to believe that by the end of this book that these two were in love. So for both cards, I have the Tower and the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords. Okay. I will at some point in time finish this series. I definitely want to get to his brother's book, because the brother is giving those mean vibes as well. I just hope it's like not an unnecessary mean like his big brother. But I will at some point in time go through the rest of the books in these series. I have some other things to catch up on, but at some point in time, I'll complete the series. But I think Bad Guy could. Yeah. I ain't gonna be over here rambling much longer. That is it for me, and until the next one, later days. Bye.